Stars. The infinite pinholes in the night sky that remind us how expansive the universe is and how small we really are. When looking up at the stars, one thing is certain. Each one of them is going to die.
Die, you're all gonna die, you're all gonna die!
Is that too morbid of a way to start a video? So the question isn't so much if a star is going to die, but rather how. When the core begins to collapse in on itself, is the energy going to rebound with such aggressive force that its final moments culminate in a dramatic supernova that would make the Death Star blush? Or will the star simply fall in on itself, vanishing without a trace, the same way I do when I'm invited to parties? Basically, a star is met with two options for its demise: a bang or a whimper. But when you're standing on Broadway, the stars in the night become an abstract concept, trapped behind a veiled mask of fog and light pollution emanating from the 39 marquees lining the theater district. The stars are replaced by flickering lights, and yet their fates are still interconnected. The life of a star is one filled with constant conflict between two powerful forces, one trying to keep the star alive, and one attempting to bring it down. The intensity of this conflict is what ultimately determines the death of a star, and typically, the larger the star, the bigger the bang. When looking at our night sky, it's hard to imagine this constant, violent battle between life and death taking place, but it can actually be seen just to the left of Orion's belt on a massive star that's nearing closer to the end of its life cycle: the dying red supergiant known as Beetlejuice. Bringing the gothic world of Tim Burton to the stage was never going to be easy, not only from an artistic standpoint, but mainly from a commercial one. How does one go about bringing the artistically vivid and hand-drawn aesthetic of the beloved cult hit film to the stage? And more so, how does one do it without risking coming off as a superficial cash grab? Or without having Beetlejuice sing covers of 1980s pop songs with Cleopatra? Adapting a beloved, universally revered property is one of the riskiest ventures a creative team can embark on, since the margin of error is so low. People are either going to love it, or they're going to absolutely despise it, and curse the heavens that this horrible piece of shit exists in the universe, and no matter how hard they try to erase its existence from their memories, it will forever linger in the darkest corners of their mind and be a constant dark stain in the history of the characters they love. But when dealing with a Tim Burton classic, the stakes are raised even higher. Burton's stories are known for being about the outcast, told in a much darker manner than the typical upbeat, run-of-the-mill Broadway story following a traveling con man as he finds his conscience. Predominantly, the theater-going community has always been older and more traditional, meaning that as a result, Broadway tends to enjoy playing it safe. But when looking at art and Broadway in the larger scope of things, it's never really been advanced by taking the conservative route. The real game changers are the ones that aren't afraid to break from that tradition. And more importantly, they're the ones who are willing to be a little strange and unusual.